doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the
what you say. That you only meant well, but cause you did. What you say.
And suddenly you start having okay. It's not unbearable as much as being off the basketball court.
Oh, sorry, crazy day. Post-op ACL tear, 18-year-old, healthy otherwise, okay? All right, another ACL injury, right? Yeah, I see these all the time. Don't worry, we'll get you back up on your feet and playing in no time.
Okay, great. I'm really upset. I feel like my life is over. But whatever's the strongest and whatever's going to be the best, I'll take it.
Okay. So look, I don't want to waste your time, and I know we're busy here. So I think the best plan here is just I'm going to prescribe you some oxycodone for 20 days, okay? All right, so just take it for the pain, all right? And then you'll start to feel a lot better a lot sooner. And I know you'll be responsible with it, so don't worry about it. It's all good, okay?
Thank you. I'll do anything.
In this scene, the PA jumped right to prescribing opioids. She didn't even bother to examine the patient or assess his injury. She also didn't consider any other initial treatment option that could have been safer for the patient. She assumed that the patient would be responsible and didn't educate on addiction or possible side effects. When prescribing opioids, it's important to take each case individually and figure out an appropriate plan that will work for that patient. Being careless when prescribing opioids can seriously change the course of someone's life.
When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse, and the tears come streaming down your face, when you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste, could it be worse? Lights will guide you.
All right, Will, tell me a little bit about how you've been doing.
I'm still in pain. I've taken some Tylenol. It did okay. But my main goal is just to get back on the basketball court.
Well, recovery is a journey, but I'm gonna do everything that I can to make sure that you have the quickest, but more importantly, the safest recovery possible. And I know how important basketball is to you, but I just wanna make sure that we are putting your health first and getting you better.
Honestly, whatever's the best and the strongest is what I want.
All right, well, I'm just gonna start by doing a quick exam just to see how you're healing and where your pain's at, if that's okay with you. All right, so I can tell you're still in a great deal of pain, but on the bright side, you are healing well. So we have a couple of options from here, but before we get there, I just have a couple more questions, if that's okay with you. So these questions are a little bit personal, but I assure you, I ask them to all of my patients, and they are very important to your overall health. So to start, is there any history of addiction in your family?
No.
What about any history of any smoking, including cigarettes or any vaping products, any alcohol use, or any recreational drug use like cocaine or heroin?
No.
And how about your mental health? Any history of depression?
No?
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I can prescribe you 5 milligrams of oxycodone to help with the pain, but I want you to take this as needed and no sooner than every 12 hours. And I'm gonna prescribe you just enough for 4 days, and then I'm gonna have you come back in and we'll assess your pain and see how you're doing from there. All right, so I just wanna make sure you understand that it is as needed. So by no means do you have to finish the script. And if you do have any excess, you can just bring it to a local drop-off station, like a local police department, and they will take the remaining pills.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
All right, so now I want to go over the major side effects and risks of being started on a painkiller or opioid like oxycodone. For starters, this medication can be very beneficial if taken responsibly and correctly. However, it is and can become a very addictive medication, and there are some risks that come with that. So if by any point you feel that you're starting to get addicted or struggling in any way, I don't want you to hesitate to call me and come back in, and we will take your treatment from there. I also am going to be writing down the professional intervention number for you for any struggles you may have that you can just use this as an outlet.
Okay, great. I mean, I really do appreciate all the information. I mean, I knew oxycodone was common, but I didn't realize how harmful it could be.
Opioids can have many repercussions, but if used correctly and we work together, we can get you feeling better and back on the court in no time. So I just want to go over what we discussed. If you can just tell me what you understood about our conversation.
Yes, I'm going to take the oxycodone no sooner than every 12 hours. I'm going to follow up with you in the next 4 days, and then whatever pills I don't use, I'll bring them back to the drop-off area.
Okay, great. I'm glad we're on the same page. Of course, if you have any questions or any hesitations about anything, feel free to call me or come in, even if it's before your follow-up.
Don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself standing in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. Cause you burn with the most flame. Yeah. And the world's gonna know your name. Yeah. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. Go the distance, you can run the mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero, you could get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride.
How do you feel to be back at this game?
So happy to be back. Couldn't have done it without my PA that's a Hofstra grad.
Hi everybody, I hope you enjoyed our video. We tried our best to make a lighthearted scenario out of a very serious topic. We wanted to highlight the areas that opioids can have an impact on someone's life, and it doesn't just apply to athletes, it could apply to anyone doing anything, anywhere. I just want to say a couple of things that we should keep in mind when prescribing opioids as PAs. It is important to remain diligent when prescribing opioids. You should always look for some red flags such as previous addiction or family history of addiction or addiction to other substances such as alcohol or tobacco. It's also important to pay attention to any suspicious behavior. If you notice patients keep moving their appointments up or asking for refills earlier than they should, or saying that they lost or misplaced their script and need a refill, those are red flags that we should be aware of. Also, if you have a patient that's underage and if their parents are telling you that they've noticed changes in their behavior, such as missing school or lying to them, hanging out with new friends, they have a disinterest in their physical appearance, these are all signs that there could be a bigger problem going on. If opioids must be used, we should make sure that the patient is informed of all side effects and that there is a very real possibility of addiction. We should try our hardest as providers to keep an open communication with our patient and monitor these patients very closely. If you do suspect that your patient is abusing, address the behavior without being confrontational. Offer some alternative pain medications, and just be aware that these patients can be combative and non-compliant, and dismissal from the practice can be a very real possibility. As I said before, opioids are a very serious topic, and it's not always obvious mistakes that can have an impact. It can be something as simple as not doing a complete screening, or just not having that uncomfortable conversation about addiction that can alter someone's life.
Hey, can you shoot? I can crop it. No, I can crop that. That would be fun.